Grand Theft Auto has always been about one thing. Well, Grand Theft Auto. It's literally the name of the franchise. But just because this multi-million-dollar franchise is all about shooting, driving, and seeing your first pair of pixelated boobies on the PlayStation 3 because you didn't know why some lady in a bikini took 40 bucks out of your pocket, doesn't mean that this series can't have its fair share of horror. I've made a few videos about horror in GTA, one of them being fully dedicated to a history of horror in the franchise. But that was all stuff that actually existed. What about the myths, legends, and hoaxes of Grand Theft Auto? But before I do talk about the history of myths and legends in GTA, may I ask you comment your favorite GTA legend and subscribe to keep me in the algorithm. And also, if you're on mobile, why not consider hyping this video? Helps me out a lot and lets YouTube know that people want more from me. I will also be skipping ahead to Grand Theft Auto 3 as I couldn't find much if not anything interesting for GTA 1 and 2. And honestly, if you want to see me do this kind of thing with like Red Dead Redemption or Bully, definitely let me know down below. Alright, now without further ado, let's take a look into the history of myths and legends in Grand Theft Auto. First, let's begin with GTA 3, and with a shorter myth. So, in GTA 3, the main antagonist, Catalina, is killed by Claude at the end of the game, and because she was a character who died, people immediately started spreading rumors of Catalina's ghost wandering around and both whispering to and attacking players. Now, there was only rumors and a few low quality images to go around, but seeing how this basically means nothing, we can confirm that Catalina's ghost never has nor ever will exist. For the next GTA 3 myth, it revolves around a tunnel, but not just any tunnel. The tunnel. There's a poster seemingly for a movie called The Tunnel. Now, if it were actually a scary movie, it would involve me getting tunneled out by 5 gents by Doctor or Trickster, but that's not it. On the poster, it shows the Porter Tunnel that can be found in-game, and people have said that things such as the Ratman or ghosts wander around the tunnel, but no proof of that has ever surfaced. Although for some reason at one part of the tunnel, cars are able to clip through the sidewalk, as seen here. Some players have even claimed that you can hear strange noises around the tunnels. But as always, this was just a myth, so really nothing to be worried about here. Final myth for GTA 3 is something called Darkle, however you say it. This Darkle was apparently one of the cut main characters in the beta, who was removed because Rockstar didn't think he fit into the game. Darkle's skin textures still remain in the files for this game, and he's mentioned in the manual. Some players have claimed that Darkle still spawns in the game, specifically in the tunnel that connects 8 Ball's bomb shop to Super Save, where you can find a bunch of hobos. This group of hobos is supposed to be Darkle's gang, but trying to interact with the hobos says nothing. Now, this is a myth with some actual stuff backing it up, but still, Darkle was cut from the game, and I highly doubt that he's even still thought about over at Rockstar Games. But that's about everything interesting I could find for GTA 3. In my opinion, it's kind of lacking in the myths department, but boy oh boy do the next few entries have some interesting stuff. So let's head right on to GTA Vice City. The first myth I want to cover for Vice City are the ghost ships. This is a semi-proven myth. Reason why I say semi-proven myth is because these ships are supposed to look like actual ships off in the distance, but for some reason can only be seen for about 10 seconds. Then they're gone. This caused rumors to spread where players would claim that if you got to the ships before they disappear, you would get a ton of money or loot. But because of how far away these ships were, getting to them would be impossible. And for those who tried with mods, nothing happened. Next Vice City myth is the Chainsaw Killer. Now, do you remember from my History of Horror in GTA video where you could find a chainsaw in a bloody bathroom? Well, players have speculated that this is because of a chainsaw-wielding maniac killer who's on the loose in Vice City. And some even say that it was Pigsy from Manhunt, or even Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anyways, this chainsaw killer couldn't be Pigsy because Manhunt came after Vice City. And besides, this apartment is a reference to the movie Scarface, which I saw when I was like 5 or 6 and I have yet to rewatch it. I'll probably do it after I finish this video. But yeah, there's no chainsaw killer on the loose in Vice City, just a harmless reference to a great movie. The final myth I'm going to cover for Vice City is Godzilla. Yeah, apparently Godzilla was in Vice City. Players spread rumors of seeing Godzilla off in the distance when looking at the ocean, but this is pretty much either stuff not loading in properly or the ghost ships that people for some reason have mistaken as Godzilla. Why do people do this? Well, I don't know. GTA players aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, so that's kind of why. But that's all I have for GTA Vice City. So let's move on to GTA San Andreas. GTA San Andreas has by far some of the more iconic myths and legends, such as Bigfoot. Now, Bigfoot is rumored to be in every GTA game, but San Andreas was really kicking when it came to this myth. There were photos, videos, and even gaming magazines at the time were talking about it and putting bounties on it. Bigfoot was rumored to be in the forests of San Andreas, always out of sight and stalking you. But if you got too close, well, just know that you're gonna get done like Koichi Hirose when he faced off with Kira. But unfortunately, Bigfoot never actually existed in San Andreas. It was all either mods or heavily edited images and videos. I actually remember when I was a kid, I had a copy of San Andreas on the PS3, and I myself went hunting in the forest, same with both GTA 4 and GTA 5. But unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on Bigfoot. Next myth I'd like to quickly discuss for San Andreas is CJ's mom's ghost. In CJ's house, players have reported seeing the ghost of CJ's mom, Beverly. I also remember looking for this one, but I had no luck as I got bored and decided to just go do a mission after 5 minutes of nothing. But supposedly you could have a high chance of finding this ghost if the in-game day was Friday and or the real life date was Halloween. But as always, to no one's surprise, this was also just a myth and you aren't actually able to find the ghost of Beverly Johnson. But there have been some times where people found Beverly's model walking around on the street. So that's cool. Last San Andreas myth I want to cover is a spoiler, so skip to this timestamp if you don't want spoilers. This myth is another ghost, but this time the ghost of Big Smoke. After the end of the game, you can return to Big Smoke's space where it's completely empty, and CJ's breathing seems to be louder in here. It's actually really eerie in here. Dare I say pretty liminal, because just recently you were mowing down wave after wave of enemies. Now though, it's all quiet. Because of this, players have spread rumors of Big Smoke's ghost wandering around the place. Some even said that the Big Smoke ghost actually attacked them. There were also rumors of a hidden mission in here where you had to also kill Big Smoke's ghost. But I found that on an old Reddit post from like 12 years ago, so I doubt that that's true. But with every other myth before this turned out to be false. Now, I would love to cover more for GTA San Andreas, but I'm in a bit of a rush today, so let's move on to GTA 4. Now on to GTA 4, which is by far one of my most favorite GTAs story-wise. Liberty City has its fair share of creepy stuff, whether that be the Heart of Liberty or Eddie Lowe, but those both have nothing to do with any of these legends. The first one I'll be talking about is the Middle Lake Whale. Now, if you've got a brain bigger than the size of an average nutsack, you'll know that whales don't live in lakes, they live in the ocean. But for some reason, players reported both seeing and hearing a whale in the Middle Park Lake. But this obviously is not true. Another legend that is really similar to this is the sewer alligator, which was said to reside in the sewers of Liberty City. Now, in real life, there have been actual reports of sewer alligators, or sewer crocodiles. I don't know, I easily mix up the two. But none the size of what players said the GTA 4 sewer gator was. But if you go to any sewer entrance in Liberty City, you'll be met with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Next GTA 4 myth I'm covering is CJ's ghost. Yes, it's as stupid as it sounds. Players have reported both seeing and hearing CJ's ghost in Liberty City, but the only proof backing it up is a bit of graffiti in the apartments that says "RIP Carl," as there is no proof whatsoever of CJ's ghost attacking the player. And fun fact, the graffiti I just mentioned also has references to Claude from GTA 3 and Tommy from Vice City. I really like these kinds of Easter eggs because it really does let you know that the developers care about their past still. Or in this case, killed off all the previous main characters for funsies. The final GTA 4 myth I want to cover quickly is the Rat Man, and boy, oh boy, don't get me started on this one. I remember clear as freaking day watching multiple different videos about this guy, as well as looking for him myself. The Rat Man myth went as this. Apparently, there was a half-man, half-rat person living in the subways of Liberty City, and if you, the player, were alone for a long time in the subways, the Rat Man would come and get you. This myth had the iconic image to back it up, and despite the fact that it looks like it was taken with a rusted Nokia Duper Potato 400, it was enough to convince everyone and their grandma that it existed. But for the 1000th time this video, this was just a false rumor. But that's all I have to discuss for GTA 4. So let's move on to the next entry in the franchise. So I've already covered GTA 5 myths and legends in a previous video, so I'll keep this section short, but I will also cover ones that I haven't already covered. First myth I'd like to discuss is Baphomet. Baphomet in real life is closely related to Satanism and rebellion, but in GTA 5, it's a water texture. Yeah. Well, hey, at least this myth has some proof to it, unlike the rest of the stuff in this video. But strangely enough, the image of Baphomet in the water only appears in the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of the game. Any version after that simply just didn't have it. But it wouldn't be called a myth if it was just that. Players have said that if you go there at 3 AM, you will summon Baphomet himself for a boss fight. Yeah, it sounds just as batshit insane as it is. But like always, there was no Baphomet boss, only a simple water texture in the old versions. Next up, I have killer clowns. Now, I did lightly cover them in the GTA Lonely Atmosphere video, but not enough to warrant a full section. Now, do you remember the killer clown craze in 2016? Well, it didn't stop in just real life. Players reported killer clowns running amok in Los Santos, and they would even run up and attack you. The one spot they were said to reside was the abandoned motel in Sandy Shores, where a plethora of other myths and legends originate from. But, like always, the clowns never existed. But, a few years later, Rockstar did add killer clowns to online through Halloween events, which actually, now that I have the chance, would you guys like to see me make creepy Easter egg or myths and legends videos about GTA Online? If so, let me know down in the comments. Anyways, it's cool that Rockstar somewhat listened to their fanbase and added this myth into the game as a real thing. But I think that's where I'm going to end off today's video. If you like this video and want to see more, then like, comment, subscribe, and hype this video to keep me in the algorithm. And if you want to see me cover myths, legends, or creepy Easter eggs in other Rockstar games like Red Dead Redemption, Bully, or Manhunt, let me know down in the comments. And finally, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!